So we've been waiting for The Chosen for a long time now, and it looks like we're not going to get it anytime soon. Well, at least some people aren't. There are going to be a lot of you that are going to have chances to watch The Chosen, so make sure you watch this video so I can explain everything that's going on. If you didn't see, this morning Dallas put out a video talking about how The Chosen Season 4 was going to be delayed, and how this is going to have an impact on a lot of people that want to see The Chosen Season 4. Now, originally, I thought that the seasons would be out either today or within this week. At the latest, March 17th is what I was kind of thinking. However, that does not seem to be the case. The fact that they did this intense of a video telling us that it's going to be delayed shows us that it's probably going to be more than a week, probably more than a couple weeks, maybe even as much as a month or more before they can release the episodes to everybody. And there's a few really key reasons for this, some of which Dallas really glossed over because he's not really allowed to talk about them. But I'm obviously not part of the Chosen team. I don't exactly know what's going on, but I definitely have some theories and some things that I want to talk about here. So let's talk about this disappointing news. Definitely the biggest disappointment from The Chosen so far as releasing season 4. This season's release has been interesting, to say the least. Now, of course, if you want Christian media news talking about The Chosen and other Christian media projects that are coming up, trust me, we'll talk about other projects very soon. You're going to want to subscribe to this channel, like this video, and make sure that more and more people are able to see what we're doing here. But let me explain everything in a concise way that Dallas did in his video this morning. First up, The Chosen Season 4 is delayed. Obviously, there's something else that's happening here that is preventing them from releasing The Chosen Season 4 right now. Now, Dallas gives us a few different reasons for this. The first one that he really glosses over is a lawsuit that is happening right now. Now, he doesn't tell us who the lawsuit is with, what the lawsuit is for, or why the lawsuit is happening. Obviously, he can't really talk about that legally. I have a few guesses. My guess is this probably has something to do with the Angel Studios disassociation, right? Maybe Angel Studios is trying to prevent them from putting out season 4 because they still want to be a part of it, or something else is happening there. I have no behind the scene knowledge, so nobody come for me. I don't know if this is the case. It could be something else completely, separate from that entirely, but that would be my guess. And if that's the case, then there's a legal battle going on behind the scenes for specifically the streaming rights to see what is going to happen with Chosen in the future, which makes perfect sense. If you're Angel Studios and you're trying to, stream this show, then it's going to be a big deal for you to get those rights and to do different things and to make sure that you have the power to do so. However, I have noticed a few things this Chosen season that is very much different than past Chosen seasons. For example, Angel Studios never asked me to do any sponsored videos for The Chosen releasing on the Angel app. They haven't done any promotion for The Chosen Season 4, and it's been completely different than it has been in Season 2, and especially for Season 3, as they were really, really excited to share what was happening in The Chosen. This hasn't happened. So there's obviously something changed here. There's obviously something going on in this realm, which I'm sure we'll find out about at a later time. Now, past the legal issues, secondarily, he mentioned the money that it takes to produce and to put out this show. Obviously, at the very beginning of The Chosen, they started with crowdfunding. However, that has proved itself not to be enough to sustain what they need to do with the show. It's not that Dallas wants to get paid $10 million a year. It's that to make this show, it is insanely expensive, and especially at the quality level that we have come to want the show and that we want to see it keep on improving. When they first began the show, the episodes were not even $1 million an episode, but now each episode is taking upwards of $5-6 million to produce, which is an insane amount of money, but you're seeing that on screen. In Chosen Season 4, this is by far the highest quality that we have ever seen The Chosen. The cinematography, the acting, the costumes, the sets, everything is elevated to a point where it is just so beautiful. It's really, really well done. However, if we want to keep that quality and if we want to keep The Chosen where it is, then we need to continue to have money coming into The Chosen company, as well as Come and See, and everything else that The Chosen is doing here. So that includes merch, it includes donations, but it also includes ticket sales at the theaters. It also includes DVD sales. It also includes all the stuff that's happening with Come and See and everything else. So there's a lot of things that go into this when it comes to making money for The Chosen. Now, Dallas brought up The Sound of Freedom as an example of how well a theatrical release can do. The Chosen has never had a theatrical release do as well as The Sound of Freedom did, because this was way beyond a Christian film. This was a way more generalized trafficking sort of film, where it became a really, really big thing in the zeitgeist of society, period. And so The Sound of Freedom grossed over $200 million across the world, and it was really, really a big deal. The Chosen has never made that much in theaters. However, them doing these theatrical releases, there's a couple different reasons why they want to do that. The first is that it deserves to be seen on the big screen. This is the phrase that they've been saying over the past couple of years, and this is something that Dallas really is passionate about. Obviously, he's a filmmaker, he's a director, he's a creator, and he wants people to see his work in the best possible way, and in his mind, that's in the theater. Now, the second thing, obviously, is that this makes money for them. Although it does not make as much money as The Sound of Freedom, though we have seen that they've done really well overall, and it has helped them to fund future seasons, as we're about to head into season 5 production really soon. The gist of this section of the video from Dallas is saying that it's very expensive to make The Chosen, and we need money in order to do that. I think he's saying this not because he's begging you for more money, but because he's trying to explain the situation that they're in currently. Why are they going through this lawsuit? Why are they doing these different things? It's because they're trying to set up the company in a way that long-term is way better than it was previously. Okay, so they're working with people like Lionsgate. They're working with Come and See. They're hiring these people like Mark Sorian, which the purpose of all of that is to make the company better in the long run, in order for it to run more smoothly long term. Because remember, The Chosen is just The Chosen, but I guarantee you they want to do more shows after The Chosen is done. This has been so successful. There's a lot of money in it, yes, but there's also a ton of impact that's coming from these biblical stories. And of course, that's Dallas's heart. It doesn't stop with The Chosen. It continues on into people's impacts in their life and how they follow Jesus after that. That's one of my roles here on The Chosen Sleuth, right? I have no affiliation with The Chosen whatsoever, but I'm using The Chosen in order to teach you about the Bible, in order to show you that the kingdom is real, and that is my heart. Of course, no matter how great your idealism is, no matter how close you are to God, God also wants you to run a business correctly. He asks you to be a good steward of your money, which I'm sure The Chosen is trying to do. I don't have any idea what their books look like. I have no idea where this money is going, but I do trust them to do the correct things to run the company efficiently. But when it comes to money, as Dallas said during this announcement, over 95% of people don't give a single cent to The Chosen, and so it makes it really difficult to continue on just in that vein of crowdfunding, right? If they're wanting to have higher quality projects, if they're wanting to bring in more actors and actresses, if they're wanting to do bigger things with The Chosen, which is what we want them to do as fans, then they're going to need other ways in order to bring in money. And of course, that's why they're working with Lionsgate. That's why they're working with Come and See. That's why they're trying to get these things working better than they were previously. But then Dallas gets into the good news section of this announcement and tells us 6 ways that you could watch The Chosen Season 4, some sooner than others. The first thing is that The Chosen will be on the Chosen app. He can't tell us when, and I think this has to do with the legal dispute. However, it will be on the app eventually. So he tells us that there. The second way is that you can actually go to comeandsee.net/church. And if you're a church or a ministry, you can sign up for an account and actually get The Chosen Season 4 coming very soon. This is a really unique way to do this, actually. So if you have a church or a ministry and you want to sign up for these accounts, you can go ahead and do that, and you'll be able to see The Chosen 1 through 3, but also Chosen Season 4 starting in just 2 days. This is actually a really great option if you have a small ministry or if you have a church and you guys want to watch it together. This is great. You don't sell tickets. You just watch it for free in your church. This is a great free way to watch The Chosen Season 4. The first 2 episodes come out on March 12th, just a couple days from now. Then episodes 3 and 4 come out on March 24th. So if you're really excited to see The Chosen, you could go sign up for this account and watch that with your church or ministry. The third way is through thechosenriseup.com. This is just showing you where to watch at your local theaters. Apparently, there are some theaters that are going back to episodes 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7 and 8 in order to do reruns through the theaters wherever you are. So check out thechosenriseup.com. and see if there's any times near you. Now, I wouldn't really, count on this too much. I know my local theater is going to be done showing them, and there wasn't very many people in my theater to begin with. So I know for you guys, it may be different. There may be different outcomes. There may be a lot more people that are in the theaters near you. But for me, I don't think these are going to be happening near me at all. Along with this, there's also going to be discounted rates for The Chosen. This feels a little bit weird to me. I understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to get as many people to watch The Chosen as possible, and even if they can pay, let's say 50% of a movie ticket or a 75% of a movie ticket, then maybe that helps them to get to the theater. I don't think that's going to be as big of a deal as they're hoping for, maybe. And it also kind of makes The Chosen feel a little bit cheap. Like, when have you ever seen a Marvel movie go on sale at the movie theater? It just feels a little bit weird to me, and kind of lowers the quality of the brand a little bit, hearing that it's going to be on discount in the theaters. Just a little bit strange. Number 4 is, of course, the release on the app / YouTube live streams, Facebook live streams. This is how they normally release the seasons for The Chosen since season 2, since season 1, etc. So season 4 of The Chosen will be released at some point, we don't know, on the app and on YouTube. And when they do release, they're going to be releasing a bit quicker than previously. So they're going to do 1 episode at a time, but they're going to do that twice a week. So it's going to take 4 weeks to go through the 8 episodes whenever they do start releasing them. And that is going to be, I think, if I had to guess, it would be Sunday and Wednesday is when those days are going to be, but I could be wrong on that as well. My guess is they're going to be Sunday night and Wednesday night, and then they're going to go through and have those times there. So we'll see what happens there. We don't have any concrete news with that, but that is the 4th way there. Now, if you do not want to wait on The Chosen at all and you want to watch the entire season as soon as possible, the quickest way is probably to buy the DVDs. Now, I don't know when these are going to go on sale, if they're already on sale or not. I don't think that they are, but they should be on sale soon. And Dallas is apparently going to be selling those DVDs so that you can just buy the whole season and watch it on your own. Now, the last option that he gives us, which I think is probably the best option of all, and probably should have been the option that they went for from the beginning, is a paid streaming here. Now, paid streaming obviously means that on your computer, you go to thechosen.tv or whatever, and you sign in and you're able to pay for season 4. I think this is a great option. And if I had the option of going to the theater 3 times or watching season 4 at home, I 100% would have just watched season 4 at home. Not that I didn't love the theatrical experience, but for me, it's just way easier, and I have a lot more fun being able to talk with my wife and walk through these episodes and watch it that way. Now, again, we don't get any details on the dates for these DVD releases or the paid streaming release. We'll have to see when that happens. However, looks like we're going to have to wait for The Chosen season 4 for a little while longer. Now, Dallas, throughout this entire video, of course, is trying to be as kind and as patient and as, gentle as possible. But there is a piece of it that's like, man, this stinks. This really, really is not fun, right? This whole season 4 release has been not the best. I remember going through season 2 and going through season 3. It was so much fun to have anticipation to watch these live streams and to go through everything here. The theatrical releases for me has always been a bit of an iffy thing. I have a hard time wanting to go to the theaters and to do these things. I would rather just watch it at home and have our community all be able to watch it at the same time. However, I do understand the aspects of the company and wanting to grow the company. Not only wanting to grow the company, but having to grow it if they want to tell more and better biblical stories. So if it means that we have to sacrifice and have a little bit of weirdness with the theatrical releases and then the streaming release and everything else, then I'm okay to live with that, but I really hope that this is improved by next season. So let me tell you what I think, as one of the biggest Chosen fans in the world, what I would want in the upcoming seasons. Sure, let's do a theatrical release. Even though it's not necessarily for me, I know a lot of people that really enjoyed seeing it in the theatrical release. However, at that same time, make sure that you do a paid subscription to the streaming on thechosen.tv. I don't care if it's behind a paywall for a little while, but make sure that everybody has access to that paywall. I think that's the most important thing, because if people can pay $10, $15, even $20 at home to watch with their families, they'll do that if they can't go to the theaters. But the biggest thing here is that we need to be very clear about the times and dates and what is happening, right? I know that there's a lot of things outside of the Chosen's team control, so I'm not blaming you for what happened this season. I'm not saying that this is unforgivable, right? I'm just saying what I would want to see in the future in a perfect world. The theatrical release plus the paid streaming would be perfect, and then say that's for 2 weeks or even a month. Then say the exact dates for when those are going to be done. That way we know exactly when it's going to come to the app, exactly when we can show up to the streaming platforms in order to watch the live streams and be a part of the community. One of the biggest things I've suffered with my Chosen videos on the Chosen Sleuth has been that part of my community has completely disappeared. Some of my most core members who could not make it to the theaters now have to avoid all of my videos because they don't want to get spoiled for season 4. This is sad to me. It means that a lot of people that would have come and watched my videos, would have come and been a part of my community, no longer can, and they're being gatekept out of it because they could not make it to the theaters. So this to me is just unacceptable as a community. If we're building a community of Bible-loving Chosen watchers, right, then we want to be able to have everybody share in that. And it makes it really, really, really difficult if everybody is so segregated all over the place. I watched it here, I watched it here, I watched it then, I watched it here. So it makes it really, really difficult. Now, just to be clear throughout all of this, I do not envy the position that the Chosen is in. I don't envy the red tape. I don't envy the litigation. I don't envy the councils that they have to be a part of. I don't envy the company that they have to run. I don't envy the amount of employees that they have. I don't envy the working between Come and See and Angel Studios and Lionsgate and the Chosen and everything else. I don't envy having to shoot the show. There are so many things that they have to take care of, and Dallas is wearing the brunt of that weight. So I understand. And trust me, I love Dallas, I love his family, I love the Chosen, I love the company that they've made. But I also can't just say good things about the Chosen all the time. Obviously, there's something that we would wish to be different here, and even Dallas would probably wish for it to be different. There's an ideal that he would have in releasing these as well. If it didn't matter at all, I'm sure that he would release them to everybody without question. But the money is an issue, and it has to be an issue. Christ talked about money more than almost anything else in Scripture. So obviously it's important. It's how we get things done. It's how we pay for people to be taken care of. And it's how we make this show. So there's a lot of things going into this. Anyway, I don't want to take up too much of your time. Make sure you like and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, as I know that you will. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.